Welcome to the Radium Records channel. I'm Bradley Denniston, and in this episode of the Radium POW, we're going to be talking about getting your vocals a lot sexier, warmer, vintagey, gooey, lovey. That's right. We're going to be talking about UA's, Universal Audio's brand new plugin, Topline Vocal Suite. It's one plugin with tuning, with key finding, with compression, saturation, vintage tones, or very modern tones. And I'm going to tap in with everything. I'm going to give you guys a bunch of advice on vocal production along the way, and hopefully you get a lot out of this video. Let's dive right in. Hey, before we get started, please make sure you sub to the channel, all right? I'm gonna bring you guys a lot of game on vocals, mixing drums, mastering, producing. Been doing this for over 25 years, and I'm excited to share all my knowledge and all my skills with you guys. So please subscribe to the channel. Now let's listen to the song. Warm love on a sunny day. Won't you stay and dance with me? Woo! We got some indie soul vibes. That's what I've been feeling lately, so I've just been in my soulful bag. All right, let's dive into this vocal though. This is a dry vocal. I cut this vocal. Let's go through the plugins that I actually cut it with. First of all, this is my chain for what you're hearing right here, right now. Broadcasting, doing content, etc. We have the Neve 88RS. We got some EQ, some compression, a little mic gain. Then we go to the 1176. We do quite a bit of compression here as well. We do some LA2A, a little bit of compression here. 2 to 3 dB, and then we do the Neve 88RS again with a little bit more EQ and just a very, very small touch of compression, catching overs. For this vocal that I just showed you that I cut, I actually bypassed all of this, and I just had this Neve on, no EQ, so I'll bypass that. Didn't have the 1170 or the LA2A on or the 88RS. This is what I had on for this vocal I cut, because I want to show you how to process a vocal with just a little bit of compression on the way going in. Okay, and let's go back to Logic. This is the lead vocal. Let's turn on the Topline Vocal Suite. Important note, if you want to use all the effects, the stereo effects in the Topline Vocal Suite, you got to go to mono to stereo. So the vocal is a mono vocal, one microphone, but the output will be stereo, which means we can use these cool effects like doublers and chorusing and reverb and all that, and they're not in mono. This is what you get though when you first open up the plugin. It's very, very cool looking, very sleek, modern, yet vintage. Got the little wood grain on the sides, riding the whip. We got 3 different sections. We got tuning, we got format and pitch shifting. You got the 3 knobs at the bottom, speed, depth, and mix. We'll go over all of this. We got a live mode and a mixing mode. I'm gonna go to the mixing mode because we're mixing right now. We're not recording through. Then we got the dynamic section, which also has color, saturation, analog dynamics EQ is basically what we got here. And then at the bottom, you have additional features. And I'll talk about all this really cool stuff. Like, what are these little lines? And what are these? Like, why? Oh, what? Oh, what? We did pull it in. All right. And then at the very last part of this plugin, we have some effects processing, which we call sweetening in the audio world. This is all the sweetening. This is where we make it sweet and sexy. All right, we got modulation, we got delay and reverb, and as you can see, we got these little filters right here. So we'll talk about all this. Let's start with the tuning. The key of this song I already know, but in the Topline Vocal Suite, you also have a key finder. So you can open up the key finder and you can put it on listen, right? And we can play the song with the vocal and it'll find the key and recommend keys for you. So let's do that. Yeah. Warm love on a sunny day. Won't you stay and dance with me? Warm love. All right, we're giving some A minor vibes. I agree with that. I'd say it's C major, but we'll go with A minor. Same thing. So now we got the A minor scale. Let's take the speed and mess with this and the depth, and I'll show you what these functions do. Warm love on a sunny day. Won't you stay and dance with me? Warm love on a sunny day. Won't you stay and dance with me? That's beautiful. I love that setting. So 50 milliseconds, 51. And then the depth here. This is like, hey, how long is it going to hold on to the note? So if you go 100% depth, it's going to be wee, right? It's going to hold on. I don't know what those noises are, but there you go. If you go lighter on the depth, on the percentage, you're going to let go of the note sooner. Okay, so this is more organic. More organic would be slower speed, less percentage on the depth. More hip-hop trap, Travis Scott is gonna be really fast on the speed, 100% on the depth, okay? So I'm gonna go kind of in the middle here. I'm gonna go 45 and 51. You know, somewhere around there is great for me. Okay, we got format shifting though, and pitch shifting, and I wanna mess with this because then we also have a mix knob, and I'll show you a little trick I do with format shifting. Check it out. Warm love.
Warm love on a sunny day, won't you stay and dance with me?
All right, so format shift down, -3 here. And you can also pitch. You can pitch an octave down, octave up, and anything in between. So that's kind of fun. But what I like to do is I like to add a little texture by just mixing it in. So check this out as I mix this in. It kind of gives like this tube texture. Warm love. Warm love on a sunny day, won't you stay and dance with me? So that's a fun thing to do with format shifting, but it can make the vocal darker or brighter depending on how you shift the format, because you can go up as well and it'll make a little bit brighter on the top, right? So if I go up 3, and the shifting sounds amazing. It's very musical in this great algorithm. Just keeping the tuner on, let's go to the next section, which is where we get into our analog dynamics and our EQ section, and we have a bunch of cool features here. So let's tap in with the analog. You have a solid state and a tube setting. I'm gonna go with tube, but I'll let you guys hear both of these. And then you have these different preset settings like bright, flat, hyped, present, and vintage, right? So we'll flip through some of these as well. And this is the color percentage. So this is the percentage of this color here that you're adding. And then here's a saturation. So this is gonna add extra saturation, which I think that is according to the tube or the solid state. I'm pretty sure. Or maybe it's the other way around. I don't know. Let's check it out. Warm love on a sunny day, won't you stay and dance with me? Warm love on a sunny day, won't you stay and dance with me? Yo, that's really dope. This is like really colorful. I'd tuck it in, like distort the crap out of it, give it that saturation. Sounds very analog, very, very musical. The harmonics on it are insane. But let's switch solid state, check out the color saturation knob, and we'll turn them on and off. Yeah, you can really make the colors really different with that. So I'm gonna turn the saturate off. I like a little bit of the color though. That sounds really cool. And then let's hit the dynamic section. We got a cool gate here, which is gonna be awesome for the fact that I'm like tapping my foot, if you hear it. Warm love. Right, you hear these like kind of tap. I'm trying to get the pocket, right? So let's get this gate going so that we get rid of that, but we don't get rid of the breaths. Warm love. Warm love on a sunny day, won't you stay? Warm love. Really good gate. I love that. Sounds really good. And we got a DS, so let's do some DSing here. Just because on the sunny day, warm love. Warm love on a sunny day, won't you stay and dance with me? Really light DSing, very musical. I like that a lot. And we have a compress, of course, right? Compressor, you're gonna want that. And then we have warm, transparent, focus, tight, aggressive. Now what I like to do with a compressor, and this goes for any compressor, is I'll just jam it up, right? I wanna just like compress the crap out of something so I can hear what the attack and the release are doing. So let's go through, let's just flip through these with the compressor just compressing the hell out of these vocals. Warm love. Warm love. Warm love. Warm love on a sunny day, won't you stay and dance with me? Warm love. Warm love on a sunny day, won't you stay and dance with me? All right, so as you can hear, most of these are pretty fast attack, which means they're attacking the vocal really quick with compression. So what I'm gonna go with is the transparent. The transparent has a slower attack, and you can just hear it, right? So I'm gonna take the transparent, back off a little bit, and let's put it in the mix so we can dial in the compression. Warm love on a sunny day, won't you stay and dance with me? Warm think that sounds great. It's a little loud, of course, right now, but once we get to EQing and reverbs and all that, then that will balance out, and then we can use the output knob here to set the gain back, right? So don't worry about that right now. Next section we got is the EQ section, and this is showing you where the signal flow is. You have dynamics to EQ or EQ to dynamic. You just click that, right? So you could put the compressor before the EQ, or you could put the EQ before the compressor, which is really nice. Now this is a really interesting EQ. If I turn it on, I'm going to see all these little dashes, right? And those dashes are going to show you where to boost and where to cut, okay? Depending on what this setting is. So you got a full range setting. If I highlight and I roll over this, you see what's going on. If I go to the next one, mid-range focus, those change. See? If I go to brilliant, those different points change. So it's giving you, hey, here's the points of EQ to mess with to get this sound of full range, mid-range focus, or brilliant. Okay? This is cool because a lot of plugins like this will give you like a preset sound and then you can't tweak it. And it's like, oh, this is lame, right? But this will actually just give you like recommendations. Boost here, cut here, cut here, boost here, and you got a mid-range focus vocal, right? Brilliant. Okay, you want to probably cut a little down here and you want to boost a little higher, right? So this is really dope. Like I thought that was a really cool idea here. Now you can just option click any of these to reset them. Right? So that's kind of easy and fun. And then these are filters. So you got EQ filters, you got a high pass, and you got a low pass. And super simple. And you can see that happens also on the effects section, which is, I don't know, it's pretty cool to me. Makes you work fast, I guess. So let's go to mid-range focus. I think is good for a vintage kind of indie soul vibe. And let's just play it back and mess with this EQ.
Warm love on a sunny day. Won't you stay and dance with me? Warm love on a sunny day. Won't you stay and dance with me?
And then also, I must mention that there are 3 bands that are floating. So you have a lows band, which is going to be a low shelf. You can see it's doing a low cut. And then you have a high band, which is a shelf. So it's a cut or a boost. And then you also have an air band. And you can see that in orange, which is boosting that high end from, looks like around 5K and up. Okay, so cool feature, great EQ. Let's mess around with it and let's try to dial this in a little bit more.
Warm love on a sunny day. Won't you stay and dance with me? Warm love on a sunny day. Won't you stay and dance with me? Warm love on a sunny day. Won't you stay and dance with me? And dance with me. Warm love on a sunny day. Won't you stay and dance with me? Warm love.
Sounds great. So I just cleaned it up a little bit, pushed the mids forward a little bit, brought out a little bit of air and sparkle, decongest the vocal after the compression, or before the compression, I'm sorry. So if we switch this, let's hear the difference. If we go boop and put the dynamics before the EQ.
Warm love on a sunny day. Won't you stay and dance with me? Warm love on a sunny day. Won't you stay?
Yeah, I really like the EQ before the dynamics. Let's bypass in and out to see where we're at now with this.
Warm love on a sunny day. Won't you stay and dance with me? Warm love on a sunny day. Won't you stay and dance with me?
And yeah, I think this is a great setting right now. So let's go to the modulation and effects and the sweetening section. That's what we call that in engineer land, right? The sweetening, because now we're going to put the sweet honey butter on the biscuit. That makes me so hungry just saying that. All right, modulation. We got intensity. We can pull out on any of these. And I recommend you always pull out or wear protection. All right. And then you got doubler, unless you're trying to have kids or something, right? Where am I going with this? Flanger. So you can do the intensity, and then we got a widener, intensity, and it looks like all the intensities kind of lock. So if I have it 100% and I flip through these, stays there. That's cool. Chorus, doubler, flanger, widener, wow, and flutter. So let's do a little chorusing. And let's bring the intensity pretty intense. Let's turn off the delay and the reverb for now until we get to them. And let's just kind of widen this out a little bit with some chorusing. And I'll flip through the effects so you can hear.
Warm love on a sunny day. Won't you stay and dance with me? Warm love on a sunny day. Won't you stay and dance with me?
Yo, Yo, that vocal with the doubler on it right here, that is like, I would take that as a double and I would just put this preset right here, what I got so far, under the lead vocal, and you'd have a beautiful, that would just be absolutely gorgeous. Because it's so buttery and it's just like lays it back in the background, which is super dope, and it'll give a lot of depth to a vocal. So that's the doubler. Let's keep going.
Warm love on a sunny day. Won't you stay and dance with me? Warm love on a sunny day. Won't you stay and dance with me? Warm love on a sunny day. Won't you stay and dance with me? Warm love on a sunny day. Won't you stay and dance with me? Warm love.
So what I love about this chorus and what it's doing is it's taking this vocal that's like really up front and it's kind of like blending it back into the mix. So it's letting it sit in the mix. Bypassing this in and out, just listen to how the vocal goes like to like kind of washes into the mix.
Warm love on a sunny day. Won't you stay and dance with me? Warm love on a sunny day. Won't you stay?
It's almost like if you're with a charcoal pencil, you're like putting the little shadows and then you're like rubbing them and spreading the ink or the lead or the charcoal or whatever you're going to use. All right, now let's hit this delay. Let's go to, I want to hear a slap delay on this. So I'm going to go to like 16th notes, I think is a good starting point for a slap delay. And we have studio tape, cassette, digital. So those three, awesome. And then you can see again here, you have a send, a width. So you have a stereo width or a wide, and then you have a send effect here from the delay to the reverb. It looks like there's that arrow. And then you also have these filters here where you can bring in the highs and the lows, which is super useful when you're using this as an insert and you want to add the delay and the reverb and all that stuff. So we have the mix knobs here. We have an effects duct, which is super dope. And I'll show you how that works and why you would use an effects duct. And then finally the reverb mix. All right, so let's hit this with some delay.
Warm love on a sunny day. Won't you stay and dance with me? Warm love on a sunny day. Won't you stay and dance with me?
That makes me so happy. It's like swimming now. I'm like, yeah, I love that. It just feels so classic right away. Let's hear the cassette and the digital.
Warm love on a sunny day. Won't you stay and dance with me? Warm love on a sunny day. Won't you stay and dance with me? Warm love on a sunny day. Won't you stay and dance with me? Warm love on a sunny day.
Ooh, I like that cassette. It has like this distortion and grit to it. That can be really, really dope. Especially like if you're doing something a little bit more aggressive, right? I'm gonna take the top up a little bit so we can hear some of that and take the bottom, sweep it a little bit more. You have a mod here, so you can modulate the delay here, which will just make it basically like an LFO modulation to it. Just kind of makes it a little bit more random. I'm gonna leave it because I want it kind of clean. I like the cleanliness to it. And then let's send to the reverb here. And for this kind of vibe, we have plate, room, ambience or ambience, chamber, and hall. And you can grab any of these and you can take the length up and down, which is really dope, right? And then what can we do here? Ooh, we got a feedback. I didn't even know that. I didn't know that that was there. There's all these little hidden like gems that like, oh, you grab that and click it and it's like, whoa, that's cool. So that's kind of dope. And then what else can we do? Digital. Yeah, so this is the feedback. That's sick. So all the effects are kind of baked into this really beautiful UI. I love that they designed this really nicely. And then let's send this to the plate. Let's make the plate a little longer. And a big tip here, big tip for reverb, is to take the pre-delay up. I usually like around 20 to 40 milliseconds of pre-delay on my vocal and on my reverb so that it separates the direct vocal from the reverb and gives you more depth and dimension. Always does. Check it out.
Warm love on a sunny day. Won't you stay and dance with me? Warm love on a sunny day. Won't you stay and dance with me? Warm love on a sunny day. Won't you stay and dance with me? Warm love on a sunny day. Won't you stay and dance with me? Warm love on a sunny day. Won't you stay and dance with me? Warm love on a sunny day. Won't you stay and dance with me? Dance with me. Warm love on a sunny day.
That's so cool. So musical. I'm loving how musical the plugin is. Last thing, effects duck, right? So the reason you would use an effects duck is so that when the vocal hits, you want it in your face, you want it present, and you don't want it to get congested in a bunch of delay and reverb and super wet and just lost, right? So the effects duck is when the direct signal, the vocal hits, we want to duck the effects and let the direct vocal happen. And then when the vocal stops, the effects come back up, okay? So you can use this when you're trying to get your vocal to be a little bit more intelligible, right? It's not getting washed out in a bunch of effects, reverbs, etc. But sometimes you want your vocal all washed out. So it's always up to you, however you want to do it. And hopefully you guys are getting a lot out of this video. I really want this to be not just a plugin review, a Radium POW plugin of the week, but I want it to be something where you guys are getting more understanding about how to process and mix vocals and produce vocals, right? So if you are, hit the like button right now, please. It means a lot. Like, just keep the channel growing, you know what I'm saying? And if you guys want to pick up the plugin, I'll leave a link in the description so you guys can grab it. You can even just demo it and see if you like it, right? All right, so let's get back to it. The effects duck. Check it out.
Warm love on a sunny day. Won't you stay and dance with me?
That is so beautiful. Like, that is just so elegant and it sounds so great. So this orange, and I love that there's all these little visual indicators. The orange here, you'll see, is the amount it's ducking. It's compressing down the effects, right? So check it out.
Warm love on a sunny day. Won't you stay and dance with me? Warm love on a sunny day. Won't you stay and dance with me?
That sounds incredible to me. Now let's just A/B this. Let's hear where we were before without any of this, and then I'll play it with what we got here.
Warm, warm love. Warm love on a sunny day. Won't you stay and dance with me? Warm, warm love. Warm love on a sunny day. Won't you stay and dance with me? Warm, warm love. Warm love on a sunny day. Won't you stay and dance with me?
Sounds like a record. I don't know what else to say. So that is the Topline Vocal Suite from UAD, Universal Audio. If you guys want to pick it up, again, I'll leave a link in the description. And if you got anything out of the video, please drop some love in the comments. Hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel. All of it matters. All of it means something, right? So I appreciate you guys coming by. See you next time.